You got a hot ass beverage?
And her name's Yanni.
He's barking at you because he's mad at you.
Yeah, is that who's mad at me? No, I'm having a wonderful tea prepared by the love of my life, and that makes it all the more sweet.
The sugar makes it sweet.
The sugar also makes it sweet.
Put sugar in the tea.
I did put a little bit of sugar in the tea.
It's a
Damn.
real, like, all-English colonial beverage.
Yeah.
I mean, he's really going.
Yeah, let me have a quick look at who's outside, because clearly somebody's outside. And he's having a moment.
That brother need help?
Folks, he wasn't even getting out of bed. He was literally lying down just yelling because he saw someone walk past the house. The audacity.
Hey, I got
In the meantime.
got an article that we already talked about a little. Oh,
Yeah?
Archie, you're here. It's from Out in Perth.
Out in Perth.
I don't quite know what. I don't know if
Or
it's
is
like
that the gay Perth
I
times
think it's
or
a
whatever?
gay Perth times, but it might also be like a what's happening in Perth.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, you know what?
But I think
yeah.
it's the gay Perth times.
Hell yeah.
Senator Sarah Henderson quizzes SBS on Australians not supporting Israel at Eurovision.
Damn.
You told me about this in the
I
morning
did.
as well.
I cannot believe.
Here's some quotes from Senate estimates. 0 votes were provided to Israel. Australia's public vote also awarded 0 votes to Israel. So Australia ranked Israel 25th out of 25 countries in the final.
Well, no, that's not correct. You don't know how Eurovision works. Like, far be it from me to start going on about people not knowing how Eurovision works. But you don't know how Eurovision works. Not everybody gets a fucking point.
Not
That's
everybody
the
gets a
whole
point.
thing.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
We have to have given...
It's like...
I don't know if everyone could get a point.
No.
Because you only have 10 points to give, right? 10 votes
Yeah.
to give? As long as there's more than 21 countries, you can't give everyone a point.
Yeah.
Mathematically. But also, like...
That's fucking crazy.
What do you want? Like, what are you asking?
Okay, so now what? It's anti-Semitic to just not give Israel everything they've ever wanted?
Yeah.
That's fucking
Australia's
crazy.
jury included entertainer Hans the German.
Come on.
Israel was actually ranked 20th out of 24 countries. Germany received the lowest public ranking. Australia. So she hasn't even got the basic facts of it right. Who cares, I guess, is the basic thing. Obviously, this is stupid.
Yes.
We're going to have a look into some of the ludicrous claims made at the Anti-Semitism Royal Commission.
Yes.
We'll probably be doing that next week. But
And certainly some of the voices they've ignored, because I know there was a faction, a separate, like... Because obviously the Australian Council, the AJAC, I always forget.
the Australia, Israel, Jewish the Australia, Israel Jewish Affairs Committee.
Okay, that's what the other A was. I was struggling for a moment there. I was like,
Yeah, I was like,
what's the other
wait.
A? Is it
the-
Australia again?
Is it
I
the-
think it's meant to be.
The other A in Australia, the one at the end?
Australia. But I know there were other groups who like tried to submit things to the commission, and they were like, actually, no, I don't think that's going to work. And it was just like other Jewish Australians who were being persecuted by Zionists in Australia.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, they were being anti-Semitic to me. And the commission was like, no, that's not what we want to look at, actually. And it's like,
well,
what?
They're
And what
calling
do
you a fake Jew, which means they're actually being anti-Semitic.
That's
They're being
crazy.
pro-Semitic
That's
because they want you
crazy.
to be a real Jew. That's not
the fuck?
anti-Semitic. Yeah, so we'll do that next week. But for now, hey, let's get into the episode.
People are entitled to their sexual proclivities. I mean, let there be 1,000 blossoms bloom. But I ain't spending any time on it. But I ain't spending any time on it. But I ain't spending any time on it. Let there be 1,000 blossoms bloom. But I ain't spending any time on it.
Why you had the Mission Impossible theme stuck in your head for a couple of days?
No, it just keeps coming out every time there's like a musical thing in my head. It's just that.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Have you seen them?
No, of course I haven't.
Neither have I. Good morning, Australia. Welcome back to another scintillating session of Shouldn'ta Come, the podcast where we prod cats.
Whoa! I would
Meow.
never.
No, that's not right.
I would never. You know what? Hey, maybe I would.
Maybe you'd prod a cat?
Yeah, I'd certainly poke a cat, like in good fun.
Yeah, you'd
good,
poke a
clean
cat.
fun. I'd poke a
Good,
cat.
clean fun, you'd
That's
poke
some
a cat.
good, clean fun.
Hey, I've never met a cat who doesn't like to be poked.
You have not met many cats.
Yeah, I guess not. But we're not actually a cat-based podcast. We are here trying to get to the bottom of this, to figure out Australia, to draw a premature yet foregone conclusion to this strange experiment. And we have reached our conclusion. I have committed to this being the last episode about Tasmania's most wanted, Jacqui Lambie.
Let's go.
From the ABC...
Women don't like me as much as men do because they're bitches, Jacqui Lambie says. Jesus fucking Christ, Jacqui.
Oh, she's so funny. She's like, hey, I'm the queen bitch, so I know.
And the subheading on this, the picture of her, there's a picture of her basically with her arms crossed sitting in in parliamentary session or whatever. And underneath it says, Jacqui Lambie shares her unique views on early polling in the Tasmanian state election. And I guess her unique views...
Where that women are bitches.
Yeah, Jacqui Lambie, women are nothing but bitches and whores.
So when we last left Jack, she'd actually just resigned from the Senate because her dad was born in Scotland. The citizenship...
A devastating blow.
A devastating blow, and I'm so sorry. Her dad's actually the big Scotsman from Samurai Jack.
Oh, shit.
That's actually Jacqui Lambie. Well, Jack is actually Samurai Jack.
That makes complete sense.
Her dad.
That makes complete sense. Damn, that's crazy.
This is the citizenship
Who's
crisis.
Aku, samurai fool.
Who's Aku in the Jacqui Lambie story?
Yeah, who's Aku?
I guess the ADF.
I guess the
DVA.
ADF. Yeah.
Muslims.
And perhaps women.
Yeah, perhaps these bitches.
A female Muslim soldier who works for the Department of Veteran Affairs.
Yeah, I guess an actuary.
Yeah.
The citizenship crisis is a big reset moment in Australian politics. It crosses every political story that you're trying to tell because the discussions therein made the mainstream, and they're very silly. It was very silly.
It was such a fucking stupid time.
Everybody involved
It was
with
so
that
fucking stupid.
should
It
be
was
so
like,
ashamed.
you dumb motherfuckers.
You dumb motherfuckers.
None of you. Nobody. No, it's because nobody takes this shit seriously.
No, 'cause
Not even the fucking people in Parliament. They just are outwardly just flouting rules because nobody gives a fuck.
Well,
and then
'cause
all of a
they're
sudden
also-
they're just like, wait, what? We were meant to not... Wait, hang on. You're telling me I'm meant to be an Australian citizen with no other citizenship? What the fuck?
You know, Malcolm Roberts from One Nation almost got dinged for having Indian citizenship because he was born in West Bengal.
No way.
Yeah, Malcolm Roberts, Australia's first Indian-born senator. I think.
Yes. Bengalis rise.
For he's not Indian, obviously.
No.
His dad was a colonial officer. But yeah, it was very, and even just the whole, it's a revealing why do all these people in Australia automatically have European citizenship even though they were born here, right? It's like,
Yep.
hey, why does it work that way?
Yeah. Very interesting stuff.
Yeah, but before that moment, though, the former soldier in training had burned bright and short in her first go-around in the Senate. She's leaving a legacy of being a loud, ugly Islamophobe and a passionate but unpredictable veteran supporter.
And the war on
Veterophile?
I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that word.
All right, well, veteran lady.
Okay.
Fan of veterans.
Veteran, the Queen Veteran bitch.
Queen veteran bitch.
Yeah, sure.
But you were going to say...
And drugs.
And drugs, and her
drugs.
son
And the drugs.
is on ice. She's left Clive Palmer by the wayside to toddle into whatever bullshit he's going to keep doing.
Oh, yeah, because they keep being like, oh, yeah, people like Jacqui Lambie are fucking dogs beneath my feet.
Exactly.
And she's like, fucking hell, guys.
Yeah, it's like,
That's the voter base.
That's
and
my-
I'm me.
that's me. You're talking about
That's me. What the fuck?
Shortly before retiring from the Senate, she'd fired her long-term chief of staff, Rob Messenger, the former Liberal Party politician.
Yes.
He is suing her for unfair dismissal and a hostile work environment.
Which, I want to take Jackie's side in this because I'm like, you know what? had she been a man, this kind of like persecution probably wouldn't have happened. But given that she's Jacqui Lambie and the things that she's done, I fully believe it was a hostile work environment. She probably told this man she was going to kill him like multiple times a day.
Told him
and he was like, Jacqui, you can't say that. And she's just like, I'm an ex-soldier. I could kill you if I wanted to. Like, can you imagine?
His wife works there as well. And there's issues there. The case is thrown out of court.
And the wife doesn't like Jacqui because women are bitches or whatever.
Actually, the judge throws it out of court saying that they're vexatious, which is one of our favorite.
Oh, vexatious claim?
Vexatious claim.
Yes.
Interestingly, to replace Rob, she hires a fella named Cameron Amos. She poaches Cameron from Sarah Hanson-Young, the senator for the Greens.
Sarah Hanson-Young appearance.
Dun, dun, dun. From the Australian.
Fuck? Minder threatens tax hopes. A Green recruit in Jacqui Lambie's office could complicate the Morrison government's tax cut plans.
Yeah, so, there's a bit of a stink made about this at the time. Like, hey, Jackie's fired a Liberal person, hired a Greens person. Is she going to sell out to the Greens?
Yeah, like, hey, what does that mean?
Cameron's also worked for the Labour Party and the Australia Institute, and according to a hit piece in The Australian, the one we're talking about, punching left at Jacqui Lambie is wild. But Cameron's become nationally renowned for suggesting a Tobin tax.
A what?
Such a scary name. A Tobin tax.
Tobin tax?
That's just the name of the guy who came up with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's from a report that Cameron wrote in 2015. It's a tax on currency conversion.
Oh, interesting.
It hopefully makes it a bit more difficult to be one of those weird money speculator investor people or an evil multinational where you can't like arbitrage or whatever. It'd be quite a drastic measure in Australia's tax system. That would, benefit Australian companies, I guess, would be the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Maybe. Especially in 2015. And the Australian obviously jumped on the fear-mongering when Jack announced that she's going to be supporting a Tobin tax, as well as increased capital gains taxes. The stuff that's being amended right now, everyone's talking about it. There's so many news articles about it. Every perspective, every possible person that owns houses is being interviewed.
Yeah, honestly, and nobody... it's all just like, oh no, don't expect big changes, and a million landlords will escape negative gearing changes, and just like, I told you this off Podjani, but I heard...
Oh, no.
Like these two people in Bunnings a couple of weeks ago, like after the budget dropped or whatever, just like complaining about like the capital gains tax and being like, well, it just makes it impossible to invest these days.
It just makes it impossible.
And I'm just like...
It makes it impossible to invest.
I'm here buying sealant so I can seal my goddamn bathroom because the landlord's not going to fucking do it. And there's mold everywhere. And like, I could probably just like... I peeled some of it off just with my fingers. Like, it's just, like, this is the house I live in that I don't own.
No, and we can never. Because it probably costs $1 million.
Yeah, this place could sell for so much money.
Crime's up in the area.
Yeah, crime is up in the area.
Folks, there was a stabbing last night.
Yeah, shout out to the fucking stabbing last night. Apparently they had a hell... Yeah, we were too busy, being asleep, crocheting, or playing video games.
Yeah, we didn't hear the police
We didn't hear multiple police cars and a fucking copter.
Apparently the cops spent a big part of the evening trying to find something that had been thrown from the party into a neighboring house. So they think like drugs or whatever.
Oh,
so they were just like searching with torches in the backyard.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, but yeah, there's going to be a distinct change in Jackie's messaging when she's back in the Senate, is what I mean about, everything.
Yeah.
And spoiler, obviously she's going to get back. But there's a few years where she's in the wilderness, as it were, after she resigns in like 2017. The Senate seat stays with her party. It goes to Steve Martin, the mayor of Devonport with the Jacqui Lambie network. She has some input in what goes on there, but also seems to, let's say, take a back seat in the day-to-day operations. Because she's about to do a hell of a media tour.
Okay.
First is somewhere familiar, somewhere a little cozy. Q&A.
Oh, good. She's back on Q&A. Good for you, Jacqui.
It's ridiculous that the ABC kept calling Jacqui Lambie to come on Q&A, knowing full well it's not like she's learned anything since last time.
But I think that's the thing. They're just like, perfect. If we can get Jack on, that'll be great for the entertainment value.
People are going to watch.
People are going to love that shit. Jacqui Lambie's on? Yeah, of course I'll tune in.
I hope they ask her about Muslims.
They're just like, oh, the ratings are dropping. Quick, where's Jacqui?
Where's Jacqui Lambie? Someone ask her about Lebanon.
Exactly.
So we also are going to go somewhere familiar to us, but not to this story. Gay marriage.
Gay marriage.
Yes. So Jack has spoken about it briefly up to this point, but she definitely spends most of her bigot points on the Muslim problem.
Yeah.
She's personally against gay marriage for, quote, sacred religious reasons, but has consistently been in favor of doing a plebiscite.
100% sacred reason. You can't 50% Australian.
50% sacred.
You know, you can't
Australian
50...
gay Australian
Gay
marriage,
Australian
Sharia law.
constitution, Sharia law. 100%.
But yeah, she's always been like, we have to have a plebiscite. We can't have a worst of both worlds situation where she's like anti-gay marriage but pro-plebiscite. It's like, that's the
Come
worst
on now.
combination of things. So this appearance on Q&A is the same week that the yes vote was announced to the same-sex marriage plebiscite. So
nice.
in practice, it was legalized. And we all know why she's there. Because this is showbiz, baby. And this is going to be a good example of how Jack's reality show instincts work in practice. Here's an unrelated image of her receiving a fake rose and suggesting she go on The Bachelorette on morning TV.
I was going to say, who the fuck is she hugging?
The host of the Today Show.
Okay.
Who's like, Jacqui, we're going to put you on The Bachelorette. Never happens, don't worry.
Yeah, no, I feel like I would have known if Jacqui Lambie was the Bachelorette.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
They could never have aired that.
They couldn't have.
They could never have aired
She would have
that.
killed like two of the dudes.
She would have been like, given like her propensity to talk about how bad she needs some.
She would have just fucked
She would have just been
all of
like,
them.
fellas, there's only one way to my heart, and it is through my downstairs.
Listen, you know how long it's been. All right, so the reality show instincts, right? First, there's the retirement. This is huge in the reality show that is fandom. From Michael Jordan having 3 retirements from basketball to Elton John quitting music in 1977, all the way back to Jesus hanging out in that cave. You have to give the people the pain of losing you.
Exactly that. It makes the comeback all the more sweet.
It's important. You can only do it so many times before people stop like believing it.
Or
But
what, like the Rolling Stones or
Like
whatever,
the
where it's
Rolling
just like, this is our
Stones.
last tour, and it's like, y'all,
we saw you on your last
come
tour.
on now.
But if they do think that you're out of the game, the people are going to be very excited if you're going to come back. You cash that in a couple of times. Bonus points if while you're away, you can still remind everybody of what they're missing. And Jack's on hand to show off her political transparency.
Okay.
She did the right thing when she learned about her citizenship, and some of these other guys are lying.
Ooh.
As she says it.
If you're having debates about the UK and you know who you are, do the right bloody thing and put it in and resign, like the rest of us have done, because that's the right thing to do, and that's leadership.
It's amazing that she's basically said, leadership is quitting, but...
Hey, you got to be a quitter to be a winner.
You got to be a quitter to be a winner. But, I think she knows the average Australian is always vaguely concerned about some festering political corruption.
Of course.
She's speaking in a very understandable way around a framework that the average Australian knows.
Yeah, she's
hey,
like-
I put my hand up.
Yeah, she's like, well, when I found out I was breaking the rules, I did the right thing. Are you guys going to do that? Is anybody going to do that? And that's also such a Jacqui Lambie thing to do as well, given like her history in the military and being like, yeah, I fucking hit him.
Yep. She's always like,
that was me. Where's
she's
my
always
punishment?
copying responsibility.
Yeah.
Which, I don't want to, I guess, criticize someone for copying responsibility, but she knows she's doing it as well.
Yeah.
And
I think it's a thing where she really gets to stroke her own ego and be
Yeah.
like, look how honorable I am.
Exactly. It does, ignore that. Hey, you keep fucking up in some way. But the meat of the episode is everybody having a little chat with each other about the big gay debate.
Hell yeah.
Jackie's in her element here, right? Because the important thing is to center the feelings of the intended audience. Naive homophobes who may or may not support Jacqui Lambie, rather than the substance of what's actually happened. She doesn't go on a rant about, which she may have before, this is so disgusting, how are we going to let our children, see the sin of gay or blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
She basically says, I said no because of my religious beliefs, and that was a get-out-of-jail-free card for a lot of people.
Oh, 100%.
And she's like, I'm happy that you guys got same-sex marriage, the Australian people voted, and I wanted a plebiscite, right? But then she quickly pivots her concern to some people that actually aren't gay.
Okay, let's see. What do we got here? You have nearly 40% of Australians out there hurting right now. What they're worried about, people that have been ringing me that have garden weddings, they're making cakes. I had a bloke ring me about 2 weeks ago saying, I want to know what my rights are right now because I only want to marry a man and a wife in my garden. I said, mate, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that. There's 40% of Australians out there right now would like to have a garden wedding with a man and a woman. 2 men in a garden? What is this, a landscaping convention? 2 women in a garden? What is this, fairy cosplay? You just can't do it. It can't be done.
It can't be done. You can't. A wedding has to be 50-50. You can't 100%.
You can't
a wedding.
100%. You can't 100% a wedding. It has to be 50-50 Sharia law.
Sure.
Gay Sharia law. Gay Sharia law, Australian Constitution, 100% gay marriage.
Gay real law. There's a bunch of discourse in the air about the gay cake maker disaster. You remember this, obviously.
So fucking stupid.
It's so stupid. And like, look, hey, that dude should be able to say and should have to say, no, I won't bake your cake because you're gay. Because that's it for them. That's it for them. Make them say it. Make them fucking say it. Make them put it on the side.
Absolutely. Just be like, we don't do that stuff for gay people. All right, cool.
No one else is coming. But yeah, they're worried about their rights if they're threatened with baking a gay cake. Like, also, you know, a gay person's not going to go to you then. She's like, oh, well, I was probably going to spit in the cake.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a circus. And into the circus, Jacqui basically points at the issue she wants to attack, but doesn't want to be seen attacking.
Of course.
And then asks, well, people have these questions. There's people telling me about these questions they have. I'm just asking questions on behalf of the people. There's so many questions the government hasn't answered yet. She's going to do that again with the voice to parliament, which she ends up supporting, but she always runs this whole like, yeah, but the people have questions. She ends one of her like segments on Q&A with this.
How long are these people going to have to go through more pain? They've lost. They're feeling the pain. How much longer do they have to feel more pain?
This is people who voted no to same-sex marriage.
How much longer do they have to feel more pain? For the rest of their lives.
It's if this hurts, then yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, that's what we've done.
Sorry about it. Actually, I'm not sorry about it. I hope you hurt even further. I hope you're in agony for the rest of your existence.
Your parents should apologize to you, I guess, for making you this way.
Wrong. You should apologize to your parents for being such a fucking disappointment if you're upset about the gay marriage results.
I feel like if you're upset about the gay marriage results, your parents would have been upset about the gay marriage results.
For sure. So they should then also apologize to their parents for being such massive fucking disappointments.
How many generations back?
All the way if need be. All the way if need be. Keep going.
We keep going until we get to mitochondrial Eve.
Perfect.
She's like,
she's just like, I don't know what gay is. And we're all like, yay! Now everybody's happy.
But yeah, so Jacqui Lambie, right? If you're like a relatively apathetic person and you're just unaffected by all of this, you're just some random Australian and you take people at face value, you know, like a normal person tries to do.
Yeah. You
might fall for this, right? You might be like, oh, this is a reasonable person who has takes on dangerous ideas that like sound right to me. If you're, you know, like if you're homophobic in the way that society's homophobic, right?
Yeah.
As opposed
and
to
racist in the way society is racist, where it's just kind of like, oh, well, I mean, has anybody thought about, you know, if it's all safe and if it's all okay? I mean,
exactly.
It's very what about the childrenings of it all.
Yes.
Like very what about the children.
And Jack definitely doesn't forget you do have to focus on the children as much as you can.
Yeah.
It's a winning political move.
Of course. Until, you know... something youth crime.
Well, youth crime, we'll see what she does with... No, we don't have a youth crime moment in this episode.
Devastating.
But she also is perfect for, like, the people who hate the queers and finally are looking for, like, a way to voice that in public again.
Yeah.
Where, you know, they feel as though they can't just, you know, say slurs, which they want to do.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, you know, this lady, like they see that she's
they see
a supporter
her,
of them.
Yeah, and they also see someone in the public eye saying things that they can, in their own heads, extrapolate and be like, oh, well, she probably thinks exactly the same way I do.
Exactly.
Which is that, ew, yucky, gross, sin. But because she's, you know, a politician, she's got to say, you know, she can't just outright say it.
Exactly.
But we all know.
We all know.
Wink, wink. We all know what she actually wants to say.
Exactly.
You're
going to get some of those people by casting a net kind of this wide, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, it's very perfect parasociality, right? You're like going through this heartbreak or whatever, and you have a figure of leadership telling you that you're hurting for a just cause. She makes a big show of not punching down at people, but like trying to punch at ideas, right?
Yeah.
Now, if they're ideas that are innately connected to a certain people culturally, that's just an unfortunate security risk. But She doesn't go at somebody's personality if they're not a dude in power. Like, she says she feels for Yasmin Abdel-Magid, who was getting belted out there in an interview with Mamma Mia's No Filter podcast.
Damn.
You know, and this is kind of what a footy player or a boxer might say about his opponent. And it kind of implies, like, oh yeah, Yasmin and Jacqui were on equal competitive footing. And Jacqui just won, saying her name like she's fucking Arabic, Jacqui. Jacqui just won the debate because she was better on the day. But she, like, respects her opponent. She's
Being
just
like,
right.
we're two warriors, but at the end of the day, you know, you just got to leave it all out there on the field. What we did is we really went out there, the boys, you know, just like back to basics. Obviously in training, we have been doing a lot of work down there, you know, and it just comes down to what happens on the day.
Yeah, it just came down to what happened on the day. She's like, I feel for her. Yasmin, like, left Australia a
Holy
couple
fuck.
years ago. Yeah, she lives in the UK now. And she's like, I'm leaving because I'm Australia's most hated public Muslim.
Yeah, you know what? Fair cop.
Hey, she was getting belted out there.
She was getting belted out there. Jesus Christ.
And by doing that, you can kind of skate past the substance of the conversation. Right? Like that Jackie's like, we got to ban the burqa because of the halal Muslims.
100% Sharia law.
The interpersonal office drama is never far with Jack. At the start of 2018, she kicks the guy out who replaced her in the Senate. She kicks him out of the party, rather.
Damn.
I understand that it's because Steve, the guy in question, refused to stand aside and let Jacqui come back in once her citizenship stuff was done.
Oh, okay.
Now, to be fair, there is like a news article in which Jacqui says, like, I absolutely will not ask him to stand aside and come back in. So, I don't know, Jack. Steve joins the Nationals, and Jack's going to have to do like a whole, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Jack, kind of thing.
God damn it.
Part of that is the publishing of Rebel with a Cause in the Associated Media tour, which happens in 2018. But it's around that summer that she finally gets to fulfill another dream of hers, being a reality TV star. And it's not going to be at a location you expect.
Oh, no. What? Oh.
Jack's going to Syria.
Why? Why?
I'm being a little cute here.
Yeah, here's something crazy for you. Jacqui Lambie in a headscarf.
Yeah, right, the picture.
Like, the only way I could possibly imagine her doing this up until this point in the story is if she was pulling a Pauline.
If she was pulling a Pauline.
And she was just like, look, who am I? And everyone's just like, it's Jacqui fucking Lambie.
We know it's you, Jacqui.
Don't be fucking stupid.
It's
She's
a bright
like,
yellow
oh.
headscarf that's just her scarf.
You know?
She's wrapped around her head like a mummy. I'm being a little cute. She's going to go on an actual reality show later, so do hang on. But this is from a show on SBS called Go Back to Where You Came From.
Oh, I remember that show.
Yes, in which basically a famous Australian anti-refugee racist goes to somewhere like Syria or Sudan to see the conditions that people are seeking asylum from.
Yes.
Like, there's other people who go in as well, but I think Jackie's the part of the show that people are tuning in to see. There's like a footy player who I think a lot of people were interested to see what he said.
Yeah, but like they're like, hey, you know, this is yeah.
No one's tuning in for Steve the prison guard, who's another guy who went.
Steve, a big racist. And everyone's like, yeah, but how special's that?
Yeah.
You can get any kind of big racist called Steve.
But you get Jacqui Lambie.
That's a big pull.
She's going with a lawyer, a Bosnian refugee named Marina, who's like her foil, I guess, in the episode.
Okay.
So she's like pro-refugees.
Fair enough.
Which is how this is being presented. It's like you can either be anti-refugee or pro-refugee. So they meet a family who fled Syria for Australia, and they have dinner at their house with Marina, right? And everyone across the board is kind of like, I was really worried to meet her because of what she said about refugees, but she was so nice. What she said about refugees is a lot of what we spoke about in episode 3 regarding Muslims, the security risk, being the burqa, ankle monitors on the Grand Mufti, so on.
Yeah, just crazy shit.
Around now is also like the Trump travel ban, which she's like, we should do something like that.
Yeah.
In the pre-show lead-up, she said her main concern about immigration... hey, buddy. She said her main concern about immigration is...
You have the Chinese in one place, the bloody Muslims in one place, the Indians are taking over the suburbs. That's not integration.
The Indians are taking over the suburbs.
That's crazy. I mean, well, that's the problem, you see, because you've got the Chinese in one place.
One.
The bloody Muslims in one place.
One place.
The Indians are taking over the suburbs. That's a third place.
That's a third place.
That's not integration. That's just places.
Yeah, it's just 3 places.
I'm furious. That's 3 places.
She definitely talks about...
Again, it's that same shit that you get these, like, racists saying where they're like, oh, well, it's not integration. They need to integrate. Girl, you know damn well, if, like, a Sudanese family moved in next to you, you'd suddenly be like, oh, what's happened to the
What's
neighborhood?
happened to the neighborhood?
Yeah.
I think the SBS knew that they'd struck spectacle gold with Jacqui Lambie learning how to wear a veil from the Syrian refugee family.
Damn.
So, I haven't watched anything else from this show.
Yeah.
But reading some of the synopses, it seems like Jack's episode is one of the most colourful. Because she's insane.
Well, yes. I mean, nobody's going to have that much charisma.
Yeah,
Or that many thoughts.
she's killing it. So first, Jackie's on camera with Marina and gunshots break out and the two of them get shepherded into a building by a bunch of soldiers. In the footage we see, Jackie's noticeably way calmer than Marina. At one point, Marina's like, hey, aren't you scared? And Jack's like, nah, 'cause my faith. In a tone of voice, like she's gently reminding you of, like, you need to put the bins out.
She's like, I'm pretty religious.
So this will be the first video you see.
Right now we were confronted with some unfriendly fire. So we had to be taken out of our vehicles and into a safe building. Don't know who was fighting who. All you hear is gunshots, people running, trying to get to higher ground. And I thought about my family and my partner and what it would be for me to lose them or for them to lose me.
But my problem is now, are we the target? So that's the question that we need to ask.
Can I ask,
I'm not.
do you have a fear? Do you have a fear right now?
No, I don't.
You're being targeted and you're totally fine with that?
No, because of my faith. I just believe when my day's up, it's up. It's that simple with me.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just my faith with God.
Jesus Christ. She's like, you can't, like, she feels like one of those people that you actually just cannot have a conversation with. Like, you can't exchange ideas. You can't perhaps even, like, explore, like, thoughts with one another. This is someone who, like, has one thought, says the thought, and is like, and that's the one I'm going to have forever.
She's like
And
a
you're
zealot.
Yeah, it's like,
in a
wait,
sense.
what do you, like, you know, this feels like Jacqui Lambie, for example, could decide at 5 years old, chocolate ice cream is her favorite flavor of ice cream. Like, she loves chocolate ice cream. That's the best one.
I know she likes blue cheese.
Okay. Okay. Jacqui Lambie loves blue cheese, all right?
Stinkier the better, is what she said.
The stinkier the better.
This was in her AMA.
God damn it. And what could happen, I think, is Jackie's never had any other type of cheese.
Yeah, right.
She just thinks, like, blue cheese is the best one. It's the one I know. I like it a lot. It's the best cheese. There is no better cheese than blue cheese.
God showed me blue cheese.
You know, it is through God, who is just my inner thoughts, being like, this one's good. That is now the truth. And it has to be the truth because I thought it. And God gave me that thought. And it's like, girl, you've never tried another cheese before. Have you thought about cheddar? She's like, no, never had cheddar. It's not a good cheese.
Not a good cheese.
It's like,
How would you know? Bitch, how would you know?
you just eat blue cheese. What are you talking about?
Yes, it's the first thing she knows is the best thing. God made her Australian, and that's because Australia is the best place.
That feels like a curse. God made me Australian. What did you do, bro? What the fuck?
Oh, in my last life, I was that elephant who killed all those people.
I was that elephant that went on a rampage, and he was like, look, you shouldn't have done that. I get it. So I'm not going to, like, you know, I'm not going to make you that much worse, but I am going to make you an Australian.
Yeah, so I don't know the veracity of this gunfight situation. Apparently, there were 10 ISIS people killed in the ensuing battle, which was a Syrian police compound held by the Syrian Democratic Forces, which is the Kurds that the US have an on-again, off-again relationship with in the region.
Love that.
I tried to figure out where it was specifically, but I couldn't get anything more than war-torn Syria. And
Damn.
then I was like, what am I doing? What do I think I am, an investigator? So, I don't know. I think Jacqui thinks they got fired on at least. If the producers are making it look like that, that's one thing. But I think Jacqui is under the impression that she's got fired on.
And what, she's just like, oh, well, if I die, I die.
Apparently.
Which is just stupid.
Which then is like, well, does she know that? Or is it...
Or does she just think everybody has to think like that and it's a weakness not to think like that? Because again, Jacqui Lambie has like one train of thought and you can't actually disrupt her from it.
No, you can't.
Like,
really
because
hard.
it's not a train on tracks as we know them.
No.
This is a train that like is like a drill through the earth.
Right.
Like, it
just
can't
picks a new
go
tunnel.
off course because
No.
it is the course.
It
That's
is
the
course.
only
That's
option.
the only option. That is the Jacqui Lambie experience. Later, Jacqui and Marina are at some kind of outpost, and Jacqui is having the time of her fucking life. First, she gets to hang out with the boys for some recreational training.
God, is she going to try and attack them?
I feel like running.
Yanni, you're not saying anything.
I know this is what we are here for. Oh, God. How do you feel like you were trained in the army? Like, how do you feel?
Do you know what? To be honest with you, I know this sounds terrible. It makes me want to go pick up a weapon and go help them.
Jacqui Lambie, I want to shoot them. If I got an option to shoot some brown people today, I'd take it, she says.
Far out.
So, she looks like a fucking psycho.
Yeah, she looks like a psychopath.
When she's like, I want to go out and help him. That smile?
Yeah,
I think
she's
that's
like,
a real
I want to be out
smile.
there. Well, yeah, because again, I think that's so fucking, like, it's truly chilling in like a really funny way. It's
Yeah.
just like, oh, she's got her little pearl earrings on.
Yeah.
And she's, in a little outfit. But at the end of the day, like, Jacqui Lambie has something fucked in the head.
Has something
going
fucked in the
on.
head and wants to fire a gun.
Yeah.
And I don't know anything about guns, but she doesn't look uncomfortable firing it.
No.
I don't know if she hits the thing she's aiming at, but
I don't know if she hits it, but she doesn't look like taken aback by it.
she looks like someone who's been blindfoldingly disassembling and reassembling a gun for weeks or whatever.
Yeah, she kind of looks like an alien soldier from another planet. An all-woman soldier at that.
So then the all-woman soldier and Marina, who is stressed out.
Marina is so sorry. I really want to give Marina a hug.
She's having a
or
hard
be
time.
like, hey girl, are you okay? Because she's like, yeah, the only person I have in this situation that I could relate to is Jacqui fucking Lambie.
Jacqui
and she's
Lambie.
insane. She doesn't have any of the same thoughts that I have
No.
at all.
The only thought
we
that
can't even agree on the fact that it's scary to die. Like like at that point, what have you got?
Yeah, she's just like, oh, okay. When Jackie's like, nah, because God, it's fine.
She's just like, right.
There's like a bomb that goes
Right.
off. She's like, oh, no. Jacqui, how are you? She's like, oh,
Jackie's just like,
yes.
fuck, I want to be in there. And it's like, go.
So later, the two make a shocking discovery, and there's a gruesome turn of events.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You go. There's a dead body 5 meters away. It's someone from Daesh. His body's decomposing. It's all swollen. There's been animals eating at it. It's changed colour.
What is Jacqui about to fucking say? Because she just like walks over there like it's nothing. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous about Jacqui Lambie's thoughts about the corpse that they've just found.
We don't get the video from that moment. I wonder if she, like, for Christian reasons, is maybe, like, quiet.
Sure.
Or
respectful
if she
of
said
the dead.
something that SBS didn't want to publish.
That SBS was just like, that's a bit far, actually, Jack.
In that video, I just realized we haven't described what's happening in the videos.
Oh, yes. So, good point. So I guess...
The first one, she shoots a big gun. I think we've said enough.
The first
but yeah,
one, she shoots a big gun,
In that
basically.
video, Jacqui and Marina come across, the corpses of 2 ISIS people that are just kind of lying there.
Yeah, that have like, they're blurred in the footage,
Yeah.
but like you can see the general color and shape of them. And it is like, as with anything organic, decomposing, like not in a good way.
Yeah, and Marina's like, oh my God.
Yeah,
there's
she's
dead
just like, I'm
bodies."
not going over there.
And Jacqui
Fair
kind of
enough.
just like walks straight over silently.
Yeah.
We don't know what she says about him, but we do know that her and Marina chop it up in the car home about what they value in life and how they react to that situation.
If these guys had got out and fled and not stayed behind to fight this war, ISIS would have taken over.
No, but
Fleeing is not
yeah.
the answer. That's what
Jacqui,
I believe.
if we are the exact personification of your point. You would stay to fight for your country. I would I would leave to fight for my life. It might make me seem weak or whatever, but that is just my instinct as a human. Doesn't mean that you're right for sacrificing your life for a concept. doesn't make me wrong for wanting to protect myself and my family. But that's the point. Like, that's what I got out of
There
today.
is no easy answer.
Yeah,
is there?
exactly.
Oh my God. Yeah, okay. So exactly as I just said.
In that
before,
video, what happens?
in that video, essentially. So Marina and Jacqui are having a brief conversation about, like, you know, I guess, what would they do in this situation? Well, at first Jacqui is like, you shouldn't leave a place, like, that is in, like, active conflict because you should stay and fight, because that is what Jacqui would do. Of course, I'll get to this in a minute. And Marina's like, I would want to save myself and the people I love, because she's like, well, what can you do in that situation? Like, if the chances are that you're more likely to die if you stay, why would you stay somewhere that you're more likely to die? Like, that's crazy. Or the people that you love to die, you know?
Yeah.
Like, how can you build a life like that? And Jacqui says, well, there's no easy answers. Because Jacqui doesn't want to think about that, because here's what I think about this whole trip. None of this is about understanding refugees or anything like that for Jacqui. Like, absolutely not. That is the furthest thing from her mind. What this is about Jacqui Lambie getting to actively cosplay as a soldier over in the Middle East. You know, how she desperately wanted to when she was in the army. She never got the chance to. So, of course, she went there to fire a gun. Of course, she went to go look at a dead body. Of course, she's out there being like, yeah, you know, actually, it's real tough out here, but I would stay and I would fight and I would do blah, blah, blah. Well, you wouldn't, Jacqui, because you didn't. Because you straight up didn't.
That's because it's never happened for you.
This was you getting to live your, like, fantasy. And good for you. I'm glad you got to have that experience. Yay for Jacqui. You are a fucking child. You're a fucking child. You have no concept of the world other than the way that you experience it. Like, you haven't developed a frontal lobe. Like, what? Maybe it's because you went through so much training while pregnant and also, like, were constantly beating people up and probably got knocked in the head a bunch of times. And also, like, you had so many psychotic breaks. I fear that you were actually just, like, mentally stunted at this point, that you can't recognize anything other than the thought that you have. Like, the voice inside your head is the only thing that exists, and that nobody else has a voice inside their head. God talks to you through all things.
God talks to her
Jacqui
through all
fucking
things.
Lambie.
She has actually said that her memory isn't good because
Yeah,
of
no way.
the drinking and the painkillers.
Yeah.
Like,
and
she
I didn't
said
even
that.
touch on all the substance abuse. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, and the decade-long battle with the DVA So I think everyone goes into episode 2 kind of thinking that about Jack, right? Like,
Yeah, just being like,
this
okay,
is-
Jacqui Lambie's...
This is fucking photo op. Now, I couldn't
Yeah.
find video of this part of it, but, you know, it's childish to be like, I would stick around and fight. And it's like, I don't know if you would. Like, maybe if
It's like,
you...
I don't think you would, girl.
Maybe you would because you were in the army, but most
Yeah.
people aren't in the army.
Yes.
And I also don't know if you would if it's actually like
yeah,
it like
if
that. You've never had
that's
to be
your
through that. You don't
home,
know. Yeah.
If that's something that you can't escape, this isn't a job that you go to, this isn't something that you're doing for the people back home. This is back home. When
Yeah.
back home is the war zone, like,
yeah.
you can't have the same expectations that you would being like, oh, well, I know that my sons are safe in Australia, so I can go out and fight the good fight for everybody, and I know they'll be taken care of. If she had been in that situation, fighting or whatever, and she dies, her kids now also die because they don't have anyone to take care of them.
And in a rare,
And there's no system for them to do that.
in a rare moment, the show's smarter than you. Because in episode 2, they take her to meet a kid whose legs got blown off by a landmine, and it seems to kind of finally break her a bit. I've only seen this described. I haven't actually watched it because I don't want to open the SBS app.
Fair enough.
But she starts crying, and she's like, you know, if this was one of my sons, I'd be so bloody angry. It's really, really awful. It's not a total apology or an understanding of the situation, but it does lend credence to your theory that, like, she just kind of has to have seen it and experienced it in her life for her to
Otherwise,
register
it's
it
not
as
real
real.
to her. Oh my god! Like, just truly,
Yeah.
truly, truly, truly baffling.
Baffling, but very distinct from a Pauline Hanson type. And I think
Yes.
her new Greens advisor guy is probably like, well, how do we get the most out of what we have here?
This, yeah.
She's always going to be a racist, but her racism like changes after this period. She's she
Racism is evolving.
her racism is evolving. She's evolved to like racial paternalism. So she's where like the rest of the Western world was in the 90s, I guess.
Damn.
Like, we have to look after these poor misled people.
Okay. So she's at that point now. She's just like, it's not their fault. They're not all evil. They're just fucking stupid.
Yeah, she's like there. She describes Muslims as being like public housing tenants in that there's a few bad apples. But also she's like, I support white Christian immigration over Muslim immigration for practical reasons of our culture. This is all in an interview with Margaret Simons for the Saturday paper.
Damn. The Lambie interview. Inside her power play.
Yeah, her power play. First 6 overs. Anyway, although she hires one of the people on the SBS team from the Go Back to Where You Came From show to be on her team after the episode she does with them.
That's so funny.
Yeah, she's picking people up left and right. She's like, I need all voices in here. She's still trying to figure out how to pay for an actual election campaign to get her Senate seat back, because she doesn't have Clive anymore. But she's got a plan to get paid. And to do it, she's got to visit a whole new continent, Africa.
Oh, God, I forgot about this. I forgot about Jacqui Lambie on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Yes.
God fucking damn it.
Jacqui is a contestant on the 2019 season of I Am a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Karen, can you tell the people who mightn't know what this show might have been?
Yeah, just some dog shit reality show. It truly, like... I think if you watch I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and I'm sorry, I don't want to alienate you. I don't want to make you feel bad. I just think this is probably the last option of a reality show that I would ever choose to watch. I would rather watch so many more things before I would watch I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Maths?
I would rather watch Maths.
Love Island?
I would rather watch Love Island.
MILF Island?
I have watched MILF Island, so I would rather watch MILF Island more than anything else.
Yeah, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of
But
Here.
essentially, they grab a bunch of, and this is in quotations, Australian celebrities, real misnomer, and dump them somewhere in Africa, and they have to survive and do like little challenges and shit, and mostly they just like lay around and try and do comedy bits with each other,
Yes.
which is like hugely cringe-inducing. And usually there'll be something where they'll do like a little show or whatever to entertain themselves. Then they'll have to do challenges like eat this like spider, and you get to have a bag of rice. It's like a really stunted, boring Survivor.
Yeah, it's stunted
And it's got
Survivor.
fucking Dr. Chris Brown used to have him.
Yes, but now it's
not there anymore.
Bobby
and
Irwin.
Yeah, it's the Bobs and Julia Morris.
I think that's right.
I think that's
And
right.
Julia Morris wants to fuck Chris Brown.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if she still does the like I'm gonna have sex with my co-host bit with
Much younger man.
little boy Irwin, but
She probably still
he did
wants
that
to.
underwear campaign, so he's a big boy now.
He's a big boy now. So for appearing on the Big Boy Show in the Blyde River Canyon in South Africa, Jacqui gets $50,000.
Okay, that's
the
money.
appearance fee. She's like, yeah, I funded the election campaign.
Girl just out here doing fucking anything. And that's the thing about Jacqui Lambie. I think also any idea she has, again, because God's talking to her, any idea she has to be a God-given idea where
It has
she's
to
like,
be a
well,
God-given idea.
the Lord provided this thought to me, so it must be correct. Yeah, girl, for sure.
She has so much self-belief. I wish I had that.
Insane amount of confidence for somebody who fucks up so consistently.
So consistently. She's not also the only politician on the show. Sam Dastiari's also there. Of all people.
Famously, the politician that you think you could take in a fight, but it would be close.
But it would be close, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still true. I mean, he's probably weaker now. He's older.
That's true.
There's also a smattering of struggling celebrities from all fields.
I do. The only thing about I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, it's the same with Dancing with the Stars, is seeing who gets put on there, because I'm just like, oh, wow, who's scrabbling for relevancy? Who's doing their fucking best to stay in it?
I do have the list.
Give it to me?
In order of elimination.
Okay.
Or do you want it from winner first?
No, order of elimination, obviously.
Okay. Eliminated first is AJ Rochester from
No.
Biggest Loser.
Sure,
was
whatever.
the host.
Oh, wait, she was too, yeah.
Yes. Eliminated second is Sam Dastiari.
The actual biggest loser.
Eliminated third is Jacqui Lambie.
Yeah, no fucking surprise.
Yeah, so the politicians don't make it past episode 3. And then Catherine Kelly Lang from Bold and the Beautiful.
Nope.
Dermot Brereton, who's an AFL guy.
Sure.
Tahir Bilgic from Fat Pizza.
Sure.
Justine Schofield from MasterChef.
Sure.
Natasha Exelby from TV News.
Sure.
Justin Lacko from Love Island Australia.
Sure.
Angie Kent from Gogglebox.
Angie?
Yeah. You know Angie?
I think I might actually know who Angie is.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wait, I wonder if she's the one that I'm thinking of.
She
Angie
might
Kent.
be. Don't
Hang
look
on.
it up yet.
Okay.
It'll come up. Eliminated in the 4th to last episode was Luke Jacobs from Heartbreak High, McLeod's Daughters, and Home and Away.
Sure, why not?
Eliminated third last was Shane Crawford from Footy.
Sure.
Eliminated second last, so the runner-up was Evie Jones from Gogglebox, who
Okay.
is in a partnership with Angie Kent from Gogglebox. It's like
Okay.
Evie and Angie. That's why I told you not to look it up yet.
That makes sense.
I didn't want to spoil that. Evie Jones came second to Richard Reed.
Richard Reed.
It's like a gossip guy, TV gossip American who works in Australia.
That's so funny. I don't fucking know any of these people, really, other than the not even Gogglebox, Yanni.
Yeah,
Other than the Goggleboxes.
Angie and Evie were the most prominent Gogglebox viewers, hosts, presenters, performers.
I think they're just like
streamers.
They might just be streamers.
They might just be streamers. But yeah, so Jacqui doesn't last very long, but she has a pretty loud time while she's there. While she's on the show, she voices some anti-immigrant opinions and says now Australia is into transgender.
Australia is like so into transgender right now.
But also,
Oh no.
so that's her lying on the ground, right?
Yeah. What, she got a big ball rolled over her? Sorry, they had
There might not have been sound in the
they had
video.
a big ball roll over her.
Yeah, she
Why
gets
do they
hit-
have a big, what, like an Indiana Jones big ball?
Yeah, they got
big
a
rock
big
ball.
fake boulder, right? And it rolls over her, right?
Yeah.
But when it rolls over her, she slams her head into the ground, and she's legitimately really fucked up.
Holy fuck.
I'm just showing Karen a picture. Karen, what are you seeing?
She doesn't even look like Jacqui Lambie right now. She's got a massive goddamn welt on the side of her head. It's so shiny. It looks like she's got a little balloon there.
She
looks wrecked.
she gets completely fucked up by the boulder,
Holy.
by the fake boulder rolling
I would stay
over
and
her.
fight, she says. Getting knocked out with some fucking styrofoam.
Yeah. So Jacqui gets what she needs from this, though, which is more time on TV.
$50,000.
$50,000. It all works. Jacqui gets back into the Senate in 2019. Again with that 6th Tasmanian seat, but way more people actually voting from her specifically, specifically. Goes from a couple hundred to a couple thousand per polling booth.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's amazing changes to get the same result. 10 times as many people voted for me, and I'm the 6th
And I'm
candidate
also
from Tasmania.
still in there, yeah.
Yeah. Politics, huh?
It's a beast.
The Liberal Party wins the House, making Scott Morrison the Prime Minister, but the Senate is, as always, a goddamn mess.
Yep.
Pop quiz. Karen, how do the Senate and House work?
The House puts forward the schmillity bills that say, I would like to have a law, please. And the House goes, okay. And when they all go, okay, then it goes to the Senate. And the Senate has a look and they go, I don't like this one. And they send it back. And then the House goes, fuck! And then they have to redo it and go like, okay, we like it now. We'll send it back up. And the Senate goes, okay. And then it becomes a law.
Yeah. The Senate is voted on like a state level. The House of Representatives voted on your local level. Jacqui's in the Senate. They approve the law. So you need 39 out of 76 senators to vote for something for it to go through. The Liberal Party, plus their natural alliance, the One Nation and Cory Bernardi situation, have 38 people. The Labour Party, plus their associates, the Greens and the Centre Alliance, have 37 people. Which means, as per the ABC,
Parliament resumes with Jacqui Lambie assuming legislation kingmaker role. Which is just fucking insane that Jacqui Lambie, of all people...
our girl, she's
Can-
the person that
can
the
basic-
future hinges on.
Yeah, like, she's just there to, like... She's the rubber stamper. She's just like, I decide. It's Jackie's world. We're all just living in it. And, like, 2,000 Tasmanians are like, yay!
Like a few thousand people
Yeah.
in the northwest coast of Tasmania.
The coast.
The coast.
The coast.
The pictures that come out of this time are amazing, though.
I
Jacqui
mean-
looks incredible.
Well, yeah, the fact that there's like a filtered, foggy light coming from behind her. She walks like, solemnly, heavy as the head that wears the crown style.
Yeah,
kind of shit.
she looks incredible all the time. No fucking issue with national consequence can have federal resources directed at it unless Jacqui fucking Lambie says so. Or the two major parties agree on it, or the Centre Alliance does something.
Somebody flips some
it's
way,
whatever, right?
yeah.
Please don't think that we're going deep into Australian politics because we think it's a viable path to a better world. But it is a viable path to some good deals for a few thousand Tasmanians. Very quickly after the election, Jacqui votes with the Liberal Party about the big Stage 3 tax cuts, which, say it with me, disproportionately help wealthier Australians.
Classic.
People earning $200,000 a year or more were set up to be paying far less in income taxes. People earning like 45 to 100,000 would pay a little bit less tax on a smaller income in the first place. This doesn't sound like Jacqui standing up for the battlers, and she's not really. But in return, she's got Tasmania's social housing debt, it's crazy shit, we can't get into it, wiped by the federal government.
What?
So Tasmania owed something like $150 million to the federal government for housing, and they'd been paying like $15 million of it per year to the federal government. We can't get into all of this because it sounds fucking...
We can't get into it.
We can't get into this, it sounds fucking stupid, but Jacqui gets it waived.
Damn.
So, that's
Good for
a
you,
win.
Tasmania.
That's a win. She's doing what
She is technically doing the most functional way that democracy should be working, in that she is like making deals to do directly better things for her constituents and people who are like her.
Yeah.
It just happens to be that her constituents and people like her are very different to the majority of what other politicians are representing, right?
Yes.
Well, they're also representing people like themselves. It's just that they are of a class unto themselves, aren't they? And so there's no relatability there.
People like themselves are different people. Lost in this retelling is that Labour votes for them anyway, so it doesn't actually matter what Jacqui Lambie did. And then they change it a couple of years ago to rebalance it a little bit, but it's still a big win for those six-figure diggers. But hey...
They've been doing it fucking rough out there.
That money goes back to Tasmania. Some of it's tax relief for homeowners. I think it's like the person who owns the home is paying off the debt that the state owes the country via land taxes or whatever. And so when the state's debt to the country is waived, the person stops having to pay as many taxes to the state. Less taxes. People think they're getting less taxes. People appreciate that. I guess, win for Jack. Has the money been used well? Not a clue. People disagree. So then there's drug testing welfare recipients.
Got it.
This horrifying Scott Morrison plan feels disastrous in its design, and Jacqui starts like, hey, I might support it, but I've got a condition. Somebody wants your vote, Kieran, to support drug testing poor people like a fascist. What is your condition for voting for it?
Okay, what is my condition for voting for it? What do I want out of this?
Yeah.
And I'm me, not Jacqui Lambie?
Yeah, I guess so. But also, I guess you can try to guess what Jacqui wanted out of it.
Okay, because I feel like Jacqui probably wanted something fucking stupid out of it.
What?
That's crazy. I want a boat, Scott. Give me a boat. I want to go onto the seas on the coast. That's my Jacqui Lambie impression.
That's your Jacqui Lambie impression? Yeah. Jack says, sure, we'll do it, but we have to drug test politicians as well.
Yeah, and damn well BJ ain't passing that.
BJ's not
the
passing
man
a
is
goddamn drug test. She's like,
three
what?
sheets to the wind.
You're having a few wines at night and you want to hide that from the Australian people? You're paid to be here on the Australian public
Exactly.
dime.
Oh, you're telling me you're having nose beers in the prayer room? The Parliament House?
So she gets in this stupid, crazy argument with Waleed Ali on the fucking project. And
Wow. Look at those two people.
Look at those two people. Her condition for drug testing welfare recipients is that politicians, nay, anybody paid by the public, should be drug tested. And Waleed, he knows what he's doing. He's like, what, anybody? Even a teacher or an ABC journalist or an academic? And Jack's like, hell yeah, why not? Let's fucking drug test
She's
everybody.
like, fucking everybody's on drug tests.
Well, why are we trying to discriminate between the poor and the rich? And so then Peter Hellier, one of the other sages selected by the council.
Goddamn Hellier.
Peter's like, Jack, hey, are you saying this because you know there's a drug problem in Parliament? Can you speak about that? Is that why you're saying this?
Oh, you greedy little boy.
He's got a nose
trying to
for
get
drama.
the info.
Jack's like, hey, can't say anything about that. I just don't want to. I don't think we should discriminate against welfare recipients. This doesn't go anywhere, and she votes against the bill in the end, saying there's not adequate rehab facilities. So if we do this, we'll just have more people in the already inadequate rehab facilities.
Yeah.
And despite it all, we live. Jack's next big mean that she has to battle is John Setka.
Why?
It's not because of this, but he has a big tattoo around his neck that goes, God forgives, CFMEU doesn't.
That's the kind of sleep paralysis demon that like politicians say at night.
John Setka with the neck tat.
Yeah, just being like, I'm here.
Yeah, so John is a long-term Victorian trade unionist, has always been presented to the media watching public as a violent thug, an image which he plays with in his portrayal of the CFMEU. At this point in our story, 2019, he's the head of that big union. There'd probably be a whole episode worth doing about John Setka, but not near the end of our 4-part Jacqui Lambie series.
Fair enough.
The accusation at the time is that he has, in a speech, blamed Rosie Batty and domestic and family violence laws more generally for taking rights away from men.
Classic.
Comments which he denies making. He's also pled guilty to harassing his ex-wife, and The Age has printed accusations that he physically attacked her also. I obviously wasn't there. I don't really doubt that John Tech is a piece of shit in his personal life, but also that I would expect the Labour Party to use that and put a tremendous focus on it to force other changes in their relationship with the unions, and other people like the government using it to attack unions as an idea in general, and they're currently trying to pass a bill that increases the power that the government and employers have to interfere with unions. Their historical enemy, broadly speaking. Like I said, we could do a whole episode.
Yes.
But Jack's part in this is that she invites John Setka over for lunch. They have a roast lamb. She slow cooks it for hours. She tells the news. And she's like, listen, if you don't quit the union, I'm going to let the government fuck you. I'm going to vote with the bill. Later on, John, I assume, fuming, makes a speech at a rally saying these fucking crossbenchers will wear the consequences if they vote for this bill. Right?
Yeah.
And Jacqui hits the Senate with...
I dish it out a fair bit, so I can't complain when it comes back in my direction. But these comments are entirely beyond the pale. Politics can be brutal, but it should never become violent. Girl, you tried to kidnap somebody.
Audacity of this bitch.
Girl, you beat up your superior officer.
You've beaten up like 2 people.
Multiple times. People had to pull you off of him.
You keep getting called for speeding and shit.
Girl,
You're fucking...
this shit...
And he's just like, they will have to wear the consequences.
The things you've done.
He didn't... Politics should never be violent. He's actually not... In this case, like, she's...
He's just saying there are consequences to actions. You'll be held responsible because, as this system has just set it up, you're the one who's going to be rubber stamping this shit.
Yes.
So, ergo,
If
you say yes to this, everyone will be mad at you specifically.
Yep. And, that's what John Setka is saying. But Jacqui's doing some basic producer work, right? She's turned something that wasn't a threat into a threat. There's Jacqui right now.
She's coming.
Which turned something that wasn't a fight into a fight, and it's great TV. Jacqui's like, John Tech is threatening me. He's blackmailing me. John Tech is like, Jacqui Lambie's blackmailing me.
He's like, what the fuck?
The Labour Party ends up kicking John out of the Labour Party. I guess if you're a trade union head, you get to be in the Labour Party.
Sure.
Jack doesn't even follow through on her threat to vote for the bill, but she says it's because the coalition wasn't taking her seriously. And John leaves the CFMEU in the end, but hangs on for a few more years. Because I don't know if I actually said this, but Jack's whole thing is like, I'm not going to vote for this bill to strip unions of their rights if John Setka leaves the union. I'm going to support the union as long as John Setka leaves the union. She's like, I'll vote for him if you quit.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And he does eventually leave the CFMEU, but he hangs on for a few more years. So I think this is like a loss for Jack. I think she tries to run it too close down the middle and can't quite negotiate like where she's landing on like what to say about this from a feminist perspective and what to say about this from a union perspective.
Well, of course, because the wind changed and God gave her another thought, and
God
now she
gave
has
her
to
another
work that
thought,
out.
Now she has to work that out. Medevac was another loss for Jacqui.
Medevac. Right.
This was the law that briefly existed to maybe make life a little better for the asylum seekers we've locked on a smaller island that we're also exploiting.
Yeah.
A doctor could approve somebody to be flown for Australia for medical treatment if the doctor deems it necessary. Jacqui's obviously all torn up about people being sick and dying and stuff, but these damn refugees shouldn't be here in the first place. She describes the dilemma, as it were. I can't let the boat start back up, which she's kind of saying if we allow medical evacuation, more refugee boats will come. But I can't let refugees die, whether it's sinking into the ocean or waiting for a doctor. Like, she wants some kind of guarantee that the refugees will be treated well just as long as they stop trying to come here. And then ScoMo takes her into a room and...
Medevac repeal bill passes after Jacqui Lambie makes secret deal with coalition.
Yes.
Damn.
So that's from The Guardian, what Kieran just read out. Jacqui Lambie has apparently made a secret deal with the coalition
Yeah.
to vote for it. She cries about it. She's like,
Boo-hoo.
a doctor's note's no longer good enough, for the Home Affairs Minister now has to let you in personally. Although some people deny the existence of the secret deal, like Liberal Party people, Jack says later that ScoMo told her that she would be arrested if she told anybody the details. The details, which we have again got more recently, apparently, were that New Zealand will agree to resettle people from Nauru who would be medevaced otherwise. And they'll take, like, all of them. But ScoMo has told Jack that won't happen if you tell the people that that's in the works. Do I think that's true? No.
No, because
Do I think Jacqui Lambie might believe that, if that's what ScoMo told her, that she might be arrested if she says this or that, and that we've got this big deal for these refugees and it's going to be beautiful, they're going to go to New Zealand?
I think Jacqui Lambie is full of shit.
You're just full of shit?
I think that's bullshit. I think probably she got threatened with some shit that actually mattered to her. She doesn't give a fuck about refugees, so let's get that clear. She doesn't give a fuck. The whole New Zealand thing, I reckon, like, if this is a conversation that they had, maybe that was something being like, oh, okay, we'll just say that we'll just, like, send them there, you know? And they're like, oh, Jacqui Lambie, she's a fucking idiot. If we just say they'll go to New Zealand, don't tell anybody, maybe she'll go along with that. Genuinely, I think she's probably just like, Scott told me they're going to New Zealand. They'll go to New Zealand and then they won't be here anymore.
So she only
more
reveals the
problems.
New Zealand thing a few years later, when it happens.
Yeah, perfect.
The contention being that she was keeping that to herself because if she said something about it, it wouldn't happen.
Which, again, bullshit. I think she made that up. That's fake.
Yeah.
She's a fucking liar.
So we're saying Jackie's a liar as opposed to ScoMo's a liar and Jackie's naive?
I'm saying they're
this context.
both liars.
Both liars.
Yeah, Scott Morrison, obviously, because he's just a liar, straight
Yeah.
up. Jacqui Lambie is lying about this because I feel like she was threatened with something a lot more fucking important than, like, an issue she doesn't care about. Because why would she care? After everything, now Jacqui Lambie's going to have a soft heart? I don't fucking think so.
Even after she's gone to Syria?
Yeah, absolutely. Are you serious?
Am I
She
ser-
saw... She,
ser-
am I...
ser-
Are you
ser-
serious?
Serious? Yeah.
She, what? She saw a child brutally maimed and was just like, that's a bit sad, isn't it?
Now her
She saw
policies change.
corpses and was just like, well, she saw active fighting and thought, God, I wish I was shooting brown people.
God, I wish I had a gun.
She doesn't fucking give a shit.
Yeah.
She got threatened with something that was more important to her, absolutely. And she was like, well, I can't tell people about this. Probably they were like, yeah, Jacqui, if we start drug testing politicians, you have to get drug tested too. We know that you're on the fucking opiates or whatever.
No, she votes against the drug testing welfare recipients one in the end.
Yeah.
I think it's just it has a big part to do with like how she's wanting to play best. She wants to seem concerned without putting Australians at risk by letting these people in.
You know, and I'm willing to believe that she's naive, but I'm also fully willing to believe that at a certain point in a politician's life, and Jacqui is at this point, because she is a name, she has like a solid foundation, they do give up any part of the old part of themselves that made them want to get into politics in the first place, right?
And it's
like
yeah.
that is the like it's the twink death of morality.
It's the twink death of morality. It even
Like,
comes for someone like Jacqui Lambie.
It hits hard, and then you have to scramble to work out what you've got left. And
Yeah.
usually it's nothing other
Yeah.
than like self-serving interest.
The compromises you've made have backed you into a position.
Yeah.
Yeah, she that's her exact tweet.
Oh, good. I'm glad she put out a statement.
She put out a statement about it. I was told that talking about the deal would kill the deal. If I talked, they would suffer. I just couldn't do it to them. That's
Yeah.
how she's framing it.
I just couldn't do it to him, but I could lock them up on an island with
Yeah.
no medical assistance. You know,
Yeah, New
even when there
Zealand.
was like, you know, the children and, you know, the family with the little girls whose teeth were falling out of their heads because they couldn't get any even then.
A guy just got arrested last week for like harassing that family.
Seriously.
Because they have like a food truck, and some guy has been like going up being like, get out of our fucking country.
Fuck,
to
bro.
that family.
To that family,
To the
they have
little
been
elephant.
through so fucking
I
much.
just like leave them alone.
Right?
Let them have their food truck.
Jesus.
So after this, Jacqui gets like a symbolic win, a Pyrrhic victory, I suppose, when she makes a passionate speech, one that travels pretty far in the media, in favor of students. This is when ScoMo is trying to make it more expensive to study a humanities degree than a science degree, broadly speaking. The government's going to pass the bill anyway at this point, as the Centre Alliance and One Nation will go with them on it. So Jack's already lost when she does her speech. Which is great, because it's like you're down 40 and the coaches put you in and you start chucking up threes. Because it's like, oh, no pressure, really.
Yeah, just throwing shit out there, just being like, fuck
It
it.
doesn't matter.
I don't have to be held to account.
Yeah, and it still looks good on the highlights. Like, she makes this really emotional speech. She's like, I don't want to take opportunities away from people. I live in, I'm from one of the parts of Australia with the lowest uni rates. I'm not ashamed that I didn't go to uni, but in a different situation, maybe I might have wanted to. It's all like the right notes.
Yeah.
And I think it plays really well on, Instagram Reels, right?
Of course.
And this kind of brings us into the present. We're deep into COVID by this point, and we're going to come into the period after Operation Al-Aqsa flood and the subsequent genocide in Gaza. So we'll kind of do a casual, gradual dismount here, as we'll seize our chronological coverage to figure out where we're at with Jacqui Lambie on the
Yeah.
basis of the issues.
Yeah, what's going on with Jack right now?
Is she a mini Pauline Hanson? Is she an old school Labour type? Is she a new school Labour Party type? Is she a G.I. Jack? Jack Lambdashian? Or an authentic North Coast Tasmanian girl?
Exactly. Is she still an alien soldier from another planet and an all-woman soldier at that?
Is she the hottest ever Australian senator? Now, before you answer, Karen, I'm going to show you a photo.
Okay.
Karen's stunned.
Now, the silence is me acknowledging that Jacqui Lambie does look like a bit of a baddie, like, sitting on her desk in her, like, fucking, leather skirt, blue, like, flowy blouse, hair done, makeup done, lighting on point. She's got a sultry look in her eyes.
This is from a wild photo shoot in, like, the Australian.
Damn.
And,
Yeah,
like,
fucking, like, knee out, like, to the thigh?
Yeah,
To the thigh?
I was talking to Beth, actually, friend of the show, Beth. And she was
Sup,
like,
Beth?
is Jacqui Lambie hot, really? And then she searches it. She's like, oh my God, I just found this photo of her in a blue blouse. I'm like, yeah, the one where she's on the table.
Yeah.
This photo is incredible.
Unfortunately, yeah,
I
that
think that's the hottest photo of an Australian politician.
I think so.
Would love to see more, but hey. Anyway.
Yeah, hey,
So let's
if
talk
you
about
guys
this
have
hot
any,
racist.
if you've got any photos of hot racists who don't like gay people, send them through.
Send them through. So her speeches in her first term, the Rex Messenger speeches, they have way more historical references, overt racism, and like wonky economic minutiae, where it's like, Jack, you don't know what that is. You come on now. There's no, and you shouldn't. There's no reason for you. We don't think you should know what that is. We don't know what that is.
No,
but we
but
know
just,
you
like,
don't know.
Don't start.
Don't start with that. This go around, she kind of keeps a focus on the good people out there in her speeches, right?
Of course.
It's more about like, these people are hurting that the same-sex marriage is blah,
Yep,
blah,
they're
blah,
so
right?
devastated.
Bit less on the culture war stuff.
Well, it's because it wasn't quite in vogue. We were
No.
on a slight swing down before we've come back up to a swing up, you know?
Yes. She does this big interview with Peter Fitzsimons, published with the headline, "In the beginning, I was like Pauline Hanson and it was scary." And I think that's most of what people are going to get from it, because they're going to see that go across the news feed with just the headline.
Yeah, and just be
And-
like, oh, she says she's not like Pauline Hanson. Okay.
And she's admitting that she was, and now she's not. In the interview, she's specifically like, some of my anti-Muslim comments specifically were, not on, blah, blah, blah. And she said she was misled by an advisor. She doesn't name him in the interview, but it's clear she means Rob Messenger. She breaks from Pauline very heavily over vaccines. Pauline Hanson was obviously anti-vaccine, broadly speaking. Jacqui's quoted quite famously supporting vaccine mandates for workplaces.
Here's the thing.
Being held accountable for your own actions isn't called discrimination. It's called being, you wouldn't believe it, a goddamn bloody adult. That's right as being an adult. It's putting others before yourself. And that's what this country's supposed to be about.
Yeah, she's like, listen, I get it. You don't want to get a vaccine, whatever. I understand your concerns, but...
Shut the fuck up. We live in a society.
Exactly. If you're going to go to work. She ends up selling goddamn bloody adult mugs from her website. So you can get a mug, the goddamn bloody adult mug.
That's kind of funny. I kind of want that mug.
Me too. Importantly, I guess this is in response to a One Nation person leaking her phone number.
What? Come on.
Regarding vaccine stuff, and she ends up having to just change her phone number.
Well, yeah, fair enough, because she's gonna have so many fucking crazies.
Yeah, she's getting death threats and stuff, which, it's whatever. They're not coming; they're old people. But yeah, she's basically saying I get it, but work this is work, and work has to have rules about who can come in. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
She also picks a different lane to Pauline in the culture war fight about Australian veterans, a ball which we dropped a while ago now. We haven't really talked about it this episode at all.
No.
Her position has been that soldiers are being thrown under the bus despite higher-ups being aware of all of their evil activity in Afghanistan. The kind of stuff we talked about in the Ben Roberts-Smith episode about a month ago now.
Yeah.
They're investigating that, at this point, the Brereton report's being written at this point over the last few years before, I think 22 comes out or something. And when it comes out, Jacqui is critical of it, but she has her eye on the spectacle. This is from The Guardian.
Jacqui Lambie asks International Criminal Court to investigate Australian military commanders for alleged war crimes. Lambie tells Senate the Brereton report gave senior commanders a free pass while soldiers were thrown under the bus. And fair enough. And is that David Pocock in the back?
Yeah, because they're crossbench senators, so they all sit together.
Yeah.
So all the photos of Jacqui Lambie, David Pocock's in the back, they seem to get along pretty well.
Jacqui Lambie Senate.
Yeah.
Pocock in the back.
Jacqui shooting that gun. Pocock in the back.
Pocock in the back.
She says that there is a culture of cover-up at the highest levels of the ADF, which makes it the ultimate boys' club. So I think I disagree with her in soldiers' non-culpability, but I do agree with her in the culpability of the commanders. Ultimately, I think she's getting closer to seeing it as maybe a big structural issue, but she's, I don't think, going to do that, but she's kind of reached the ultimate point before that.
Yeah, I think she's at the point of the buck stops somewhere kind of.
She's picked it, and it's
there,
the
and she's
majors
okay.
and commanders.
Yeah, exactly.
As opposed to the average soldier.
Exactly.
For what it's worth, the scholars over at The Conversation don't believe that the International Criminal Court will investigate Australia. On the books, their reason is we only investigate when a country doesn't, create an independent body to investigate itself. And Australia's done that, so it won't happen. So she's basically just doing spectacle. She's like, I'll go to the International Criminal Court. And it's the first time an Australian politician's done that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it was Jacqui Lambie?
Jacqui Lambie.
God damn it, girl. You're doing crazy things. Really, never let it be said that you didn't do shit nobody else was doing.
She always does shit no one else is doing. And to be fair, like I said, I think she's right in that the majors and commanders are culpable and likely knew what was happening.
Well, sure.
And in some cases, I have to imagine, encouraged it.
Yeah.
And if they weren't aware, then they're at worst incompetent, at best sadistic, right? It's just, I think the soldier thing is another question, but that's her votes as well, right? On the topic of fighting boys' clubs, we get this from the Canberra Times.
Elon Musk, what? I can't. I read it before. Okay. Elon Musk calls Senator Lambie enemy of the people of Australia. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
so
crazy.
They've gotten into a fight because
Jacqui Lambie versus Elon Musk.
Well, David Pocock's actually asked about that.
David's there?
Yeah, and he's like, I think Jackie's going to win in a fight.
Well, yeah, in a physical fight,
In a
have you
physical fight,
seen the shape of Elon
absolutely.
Musk?
He
He
could-
looks like Eggman from Sonic.
He
Like he's like
does.
all torso with
It's
like
very
weird
strange.
legs.
And he used to have a normal kind of body.
Yeah.
He used to just have a dude's body.
Yeah, he used
Now
to
he's
just
got a dude's body inside him.
yeah, it's like he's eaten another. He's piloting himself inside a mech suit. Like it's really scary.
Oh, man. So Jack has described Elon, accused him of having no social conscience because there's videos on Twitter showing a stabbing at a church in Australia. We briefly talked about it a long time ago, but she's like, Elon, why aren't you taking these down? You have no social conscience. I think she says you need to grow a pair.
Yeah, that sounds
and
like what she'd
put your
say.
big boy pants on. I think she says big boy pants on.
That sounds about right.
It's spectacle stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Jackie went at Elon Musk. Anyway, that's broadly, I guess, like the good stuff. It wasn't that good, but that's the good stuff.
God damn it.
Let's go to the side that makes her seem more, perhaps, like at least a Pauline Hanson voter.
Yeah, okay, let's do it. Politician apologizes for calling gay airline boss a homophobic slur in unhinged pussy power rant.
So that's from, I think, Pink News. So Jacqui Lambie is on a Qantas flight or something, or in the lounge, and she doesn't get let in or something, or doesn't get an upgrade. And she goes on a massive rant, and she's like, I got fucking pussy power. Your CEO is a poof. The Qantas CEO is a gay man, for what it's worth. But, yeah, so she does a classic modern apology where she's like, I feel for the Qantas staff. They were getting belted out there by me.
Yeah, they had a real rough day at the office and no one should have to go to work and experience it. Jackie, you did it!
So
You did it!
then she says, I was having a bad day, which is like
I was
it's the
having a
same
bad day.
shape as an influencer apology, right? But
Yeah.
it takes a turn. I backed into someone in the morning and I got a speeding ticket and I'm on pills. And that's why I was acting that way.
I can't be held accountable for my actions. Not only did I fuck up twice in a vehicle this morning, I'm on drugs.
Which is probably fucking up a third time in a vehicle.
And it's just like, Jackie, what are you talking about? She's like, yeah, I'm on drugs. I caused some vehicular harm and I tried to get on the flight and your gay ass fucking boss won't let me on the flight.
Oh, fucking poofed ass Alan Joyce.
Jesus Christ.
So it's like the same shape. She's doing influencer apology stuff. It's just different.
Well, yeah, because she's fucking stupid. Because again, she's got God whispering in her ear being like,
It's all right, Jackie. They were just some pills and a few accidents. We all make mistakes, don't we?
God,
You didn't
dude.
even try to kidnap anybody, did you?
It's been
And
so
you
long
didn't
since
beat
you have.
anybody up.
and she's like, you're all right, God. I'm actually doing okay. You know what? I was just doing some girl shit. It's whatever. Like, it's just cheeky. Why are you guys so stressed about it?
She's got like a day
Okay, we
since
all-
I beat someone up.
We all have bad days sometimes, okay? This was just my bad day.
It was just my very bad day.
Oh, get over it.
so
Jacqui Lambie and the very bad, no good, horrible. I ran into vehicles and took pills day. And slurs.
it's like, I can't believe no one was like, Jackie, did the pills affect your driving? I don't know if that wasn't in the follow-up. I didn't see anyone asking. Like, hey, Jackie.
Just being like, hey, Jackie, so the pills that you...
Are you allowed to drive?
hey, are you meant to be driving with those? And could that explain the 2 accidents you had?
So, Jackie now is being asked about Syrian families coming back to Australia as refugees and such. And she's, been to Syria, right? And she's like, look, I've seen the conditions and you can't let people stay there. They're horrible conditions in those refugee camps, and Australian people are Australia's responsibility. But we're going to have to spend a lot of money because of the security risk that they're going to pose and the psychological help they'll need, right? It's this like ping, 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 ping of saying like this is a humanitarian crisis, they're a security risk, they need psychological help, they might have been radicalized. Where
Yeah.
she's kind of like added humanity for people in the conflict, but hasn't reduced her support for the conflict.
No, she's just like, of course, this is like, because I guess that's the thing, right? She has to reconcile in her head all of this. I guess she's gotten to the point now where she can be like, okay, I think a refugee might not, like, on the face of it, be evil. Not every refugee is evil. However, and she's already said this.
She's already said it.
Some refugees are evil.
Some of them are evil.
And so she's like, I can't take that back. But I will say, some of them aren't evil.
Especially the kids.
Especially the kids.
Yet.
You know, it's
Like
it's,
anyone
it's
under
a,
8.
You know, it's a crazy. I can understand, I guess, how she could have had at least some evolution of thought, but yeah, she's never going to change from like at least some of them are evil, because otherwise, what has she been doing this whole time?
It'd
It's
be
one of those things where people are
seismic.
yeah, like that would break her brain completely.
Yeah.
If she had to at least go at some point like, oh, have I just been like myself being evil this whole
Yeah.
time to a whole group of people who needed help?
Yeah.
And I thought, I don't like that.
It's
And you're all evil.
It's impossible, I think,
She
to
could never
do that
No.
and still exist. She'd probably implode.
She probably would just straight up kill herself. Like, and I think it wouldn't even be as in a like a depressed kind of way. I think she would just be like, well, the only honorable thing to do is
I think
just
she
like
would.
swim out into the ocean
Oh
and
my
never come back.
God.
Like that would be the shit she would do.
Because she's always taking responsibility.
Yeah, she'd be like, the only way I can make up for this is to be burnt at the stake. And it's like, what?
Maybe she'll self-immolate in Parliament House.
If anybody would.
Hey,
I think Jacqui Lambie would.
Hey. Which I suppose brings us to Gaza.
Oh, good.
So Jack's kind of just in line with the Labour right faction on this, really. Like, she's not as pro-Israel as liberal politicians are, but she's certainly anti-Hamas. She is pro-Israel, absolutely, but not, like, she's not out there going to a bunch of yeshivas or whatever they call them. She's repeating propaganda about Hamas rejecting peace and doing a lot of the debunked rapes, as it were.
Yeah.
And Hamas is fundamentally anti-Jewish, and she says, from the river to the sea are what terrorists and cowards and murderers say, which is, what Labour rights side kind of says. On the topic of that murder, so then obviously the Bondi shooting happens, right?
Yes.
And Jacqui says something that I guess is revealing given what we've been speaking about.
Okay. Why did we spend 20 years fighting over there only to see this hatred and violence unleashed on our very own shores? Well, girl, it's because you spent 20 years fighting over there.
Right?
Like, you answered your own question. Why is this
right
happening
there.
here? Because you all went and did it there.
And
Grow up.
and that's
Be a bloody adult.
so you end up having to land on like, oh, we were wasting our time over there, and that's what she says a lot.
Which is
That's
just
how she
like,
reconciles it. You're supporting the army in theory, but they were misdirected.
yeah, poor army didn't know what to do.
And that's because of the majors and the commanders, I
Yeah.
guess, and the politicians. But it's like we still need to have the army, and we should be able to spend it somewhere. They weren't doing the right things over there, but they should have been there. But that means you can't make the link between Australians being violent there and violence being here.
Yes.
And so she's stuck here. And it being a waste of time as opposed to being perhaps the cause, that's how you patch it up, patch the ideology up and have it keep going. And that slots in neatly with, going after the majors and commanders.
Yeah.
She doesn't rise to the heights of vitriol that she hit in her previous, Sharia law rants. Like, for some of it, you can kind of substitute Sharia law for Hamas terrorists, and they read similarly.
Of course.
She doesn't, I think Cameron Amos has trained her out of really referring to Muslims and Islam and halal and Sharia law. Like, she doesn't say those things anymore.
Yeah.
Or any specifics about, the ideology or whatever, right? She's not talking about burqas anymore.
No, it's uncouth now.
Exactly. And she will always throw in, the humanitarian quote-unquote angle of, we need to do something about the starving children in Gaza without pointing at Israel. But she's like, there's children starving in Gaza, Albanese and Netanyahu need to work this out. I think this paragraph I'm about to get you to read out, and it's quite a long one, sums up how Jack's become kind of like a normal politician, in that she is trying to weave anti-racist language into racist ideas, concern for Gaza into support of the status quo, and the right to protest into a condemnation of dissent. So this is in the Senate, and I guess it's directed at, radicalized Australians.
Okay. I'm not saying don't teach your culture. I'm just saying don't pass your hatreds onto your children. We have communities in this country that stick in their bubbles, and yes, that's a damn problem. Has been for a long time. But blaming immigrants in Western Sydney for a terrorist attack is not the solution, and bullying our politicians into a corner is not the answer either. Nor is waving other countries' flags, burning our own Australian flag, or screaming racist abuse. Agitating on our streets will not feed and nourish the innocent starving children on the Gaza Strip, because, sadly, it is not within our control. If you want to protest, by all means do so, but lead by example and do it peacefully, because that is the Australian way.
You see a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
But they're starving. If you want her to address the starving kids in Gaza, if you're like, I guess center-left kind of person,
Yeah.
she's right there. She's like, you shouldn't be blaming immigrants in Sydney, but also don't teach your kids hate. Whose kids? You know?
Yeah, that's the thing, because we all know with this first paragraph, I'm not saying don't teach your culture. She doesn't mean her own.
Yeah.
She doesn't mean that, because of course, like, Australian culture is only like a real culture when these people are trying to defend it from evil other ones, right?
Yep.
Before then, that's just normal. That's just normal life. What do you mean it's a culture?
Integration.
No, that's just Australia. That's how it is. I'm just saying don't pass your hatreds on to your children. An interesting thing to say, Jacqui Lambie.
Yeah.
We have communities in this country that stick in their bubbles. Weird. Hey, Jacqui, what do your neighbours look like?
On the
Who are your
northwest coast of
friends?
Tasmania.
On the only coast, the coast.
The coast.
The bubble that you want to stick in, you want your bubble to be the entire fucking globe, and you act like it. Like, you want Australia to be a white Australia, and you'll play the Indigenous card when you think it'll get you votes, but ultimately you're like, I'm a white Christian.
Yep. I'm a white Christian.
You know? Like...
And she's kind of like learning what that actually is. Like, I think she started saying that, and then she started doing that.
Yeah.
Because I don't think she was religious, really.
No.
I don't think she is.
I think it's religion is, and like, far be it from me to really pass judgment, because like, you know, you can be religious. I think religion has a place in a lot of people's lives that is really important. But I also think it is the ultimate cop-out when it comes to trying to justify your actions. Religion doesn't cause you to do things. Religion doesn't make you believe certain things. That's you. Where you put your faith is completely independent from how you think, from like the actions that you take. You can't just say, oh, well, I'm doing it because of X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
Like, you can have faith, you can have belief, absolutely, but you can't justify it like that.
Yeah.
Because then otherwise I could start justifying anything by saying anything.
And it's
you know, oh yeah, actually I speak to trees, which is why I firebombed your house. You made it out of trees, you dog.
Well, I think that's
like,
also
what-
how, like, Islamic resistance is portrayed.
Yeah.
Like, when we saw that video, Marina's like, all this for an ideology.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying ISIS is a good group or not ideological, but there is also a real, tangible, they're fighting for control of land.
Yeah.
That's the why.
Yeah.
More than anything else.
Religion
and when it comes
will-
to Hamas, it's the same. I mean, more of the same thing. More, like, they are fighting for control, for sovereignty, for control of the land. You can say it's because of their religion.
But that doesn't explain anything. That's just the
Exactly.
thing that you can point at and be like, that's the big difference.
Yeah.
You know? Because you can't just say, yeah, it's because they're darker than me these days.
you can't say it's
you
'cause
can't
they're
just say,
darker.
oh, it's because, you know, of like weird, like, what is it? Phrenology or whatever.
Phrenology,
You
yeah.
can't be like, oh, for phrenology reasons, because they are a lower type of person than me. That's why they do these things. You have to go to religion now, because it's like, okay, well, that's not something that, you know, is inherent to you. It's like, oh, yeah, it's because they get taught, they follow the evil religion. That's the problem. And it's
It's
like,
not their fault.
It's not their fault. It's just the evil religion. But,
Yeah.
And they all like the evil religion,
And they all
though,
like
as
the
well,
evil
which is the
religion.
problem.
Which is their fault,
Which is
but-
their fault. But, you know, it's
It's not their fault that it's their fault that they like it.
Exactly. You know? It's just some bullshit. It's
Yeah.
always just some bullshit.
And to sum up this messy bitch bullshit, let's finish with when the Queen died. Marine Faruqi of the Greens is like, I'm not mourning this racist old bitch who stole from us treaty now. Obviously, she's using more proper language. She doesn't
But she's right
call
to
her
say
an old bitch. And Pauline Hanson tweets out, pack your bags and piss off back to Pakistan. And Jacqui, in a now deleted tweet, sends out,
Pauline, right on the mark.
she's an old hat now, so she does a classic walk back. She's like, I don't agree with Pauline's language, but Marine was speaking badly about all of our mum. Blah, blah, blah.
Girl, shut the fuck up.
Pauline's daughter...
People who like the Queen are so cringe.
They're so
People who like
cringe.
the royal family, like, okay.
I don't think Jacqui cares about the Queen.
Of course she does.
Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe she's like a Princess Di person, but I feel like she doesn't. I feel like she knows that plays well, the respectability politics of it.
And I feel like if she has any thoughts about the Queen, it's going to be like, you know, a grandparent at some point or one of her parents was just like, amazing. We love the Queen. She's the leader of the country. And Jacqui has gone, we love the Queen. she's the leader of the country. And that has locked into her head.
remember
so
that.
she can pull it out to be like, oh, brie cheese is the only good cheese or whatever.
Brie cheese,
like,
blue cheese.
Blue
Bluer
cheese
the
is the
better.
only good.
Stinkier the better.
Stinkier the better. Yeah, the older the better. I love this old dead woman.
Yeah. So, yeah, she's kind of, moving like a politician now a bit more than she used to, but we kind of know where it came from. Pauline's daughter ran against her for the Senate in Tasmania.
I did say that Pauline's daughter was running. I didn't realize it was in
It was
Tasmania.
against Jacqui for
That's
that
fucking
Senate
crazy.
seat.
That's
And
really funny.
She, Jacqui just outvote, got more votes than her.
Oh, Jack, you're in trouble.
It came, it kind of was like, I don't know, I think I was seeing something like 2,500 at a polling booth for Jacqui, 2,000 for Lee Hansen. It's like that kind of closeness
close.
to it.
Shit.
I don't know if this is secretly them boosting each other or if this is actually some kind of rivalry. Pauline's I want to get the Jacqui Lambie network seats.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? Jacqui Lambie, folks. I wanted to see if I could get some charts about how she voted. And it doesn't really show you anything, right? This is a chart. Top to bottom is whether she agrees with a politician a lot, so votes on things the same way, or disagrees. By party, you can see there's kind of the other colors are at the top. That's because she's usually voting with other independents and centrists.
Yep.
But there's a kind of distribution of blue and red, right?
Yeah.
Nothing too big. If I restricted it to just the Labour and Liberal parties and restricted it to former politicians and current politicians, you see that she basically used to mostly agree with the Labour Party and now mostly agrees with the Liberal Party. And fundamentally, it's because she's voting against the government wherever possible.
Oh, so she's just a contrarian.
Because the current politicians, that's more Labour politicians.
Yeah.
The previous politicians are more Liberal politicians.
That's so stupid. Well,
Jacqui Lambie, folks.
Jacqui Lambie, truly the jester of our parliament.
She's still around. People are leaving her party all the time.
Yeah, probably because she's got a feral work environment.
She's so scared about anti-Semitism. She wants to nationalize oil refineries. She wants some, but not all of the negative gearing. She's getting tangled up in local true crime commentary, and she's managed so far to stop herself putting her foot too far up her mouth. Despite it all, we live. Shouldn't have come. If you find a lower price on an advertised product, we'll beat it by 10%.
Damn. That's, hey, that's... If you had ever wondered at any point, hey, who's Jacqui Lambie?
Yeah, who's
I hope
Jacqui
that's really
Lambie?
summed it up for you, because
Yeah.
I feel a lot more educated on Jacqui Lambie than I was originally. And, this episode went almost exactly as I thought it would, which is just oh, right, of course. My favorite part about doing these politician bios is that we get to see the origin story, we get to see the come up, and then we get to see now, and this is always the most disappointing thing.
It's always disappointing.
To see how it ends up. You're just kind of damn, all that.
All that.
You went through all that for this.
For this.
Insane choice couldn't be me, but I mean, I guess that's why we shouldn't have come. Whoa.
That's exactly right. No, but that's exactly right. That's how all of these episodes work.
Yeah.
Because, and I know that's kind of our thesis, but something about being known in Australia restricts you to total adequacy.
Yes.
At best.
Yes.
The
highest praise you can have is being well,
she's fine. Oh,
there she is.
Folks, I'm about to tell you, although you'll know by the time this comes out, I'm about to tell you if the Spurs or the Thunder won Game 7.
Ooh.
Kieran, what do you think the score was? The game was on while we were recording this episode. Spurs versus Thunder, Game 7 of the Western Conference Final Series.
Oh, I reckon we got 119 to 120.
Who wins?
Probably the Spurs.
Spurs win 111 to 103.
Damn. All right.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Spurs are going to the finals.
I thought the Spurs would. You can't look with Victor Wembanyama. It's all over. We're so over.
Victor had 22 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block. Yeah, folks, go watch Victor Wembanyama instead of following Jacqui
If you really
Lambie.
want to see an alien soldier.
If you really want to see an alien soldier.
And an all-woman soldier.
And
at
an
that.
all-woman soldier. He showed up to a game in a fucking tobe. Like a Muslim tobe a few days ago. It's bro, that's so much light, comfortable fabric.
Yeah, bro. You can make a tent with that shit. That's
Yeah, it'd
crazy.
be so comfortable.
Well,
Yeah, we've that's the end
us.
of that's Jacqui Lambie month.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Yanni. I really, really appreciated that. That was a lot of fun. That was wonderful.
You've kind of seen some more like insights into kind of what's actually happening in Australian politics, who these guys actually are, where they come from, what the compromises you make mean about what you end up doing, how you have to make those compromises to be able to get to do things. Tune in next week where we're gonna be talking about Rove McManus again.
Oh, we're going to talk about Rove McManus? Yeah, I'm going to do the Rove deep dive.
The Epa Rove.
episode.
We'll be back next week with something else.
Yes.
We'll be at some point talking about the Anti-Semitism Royal Commission. We might just do that on a main episode. I kept wanting to do it as a bonus, but no, if we can,
we'll sort something out.
We'll sort something out. So you'll hear from us again next week. Karen, where can the people find us if they want to keep track with us?
If you like us and you would like to support us fiscally and on the rare occasion get some bonus content, you can follow us on Patreon. That is at www.patreon.com/shouldntacome. That's SHOULDNTACOME. You can contact us by email at shouldntacome@gmail.com. Send us pictures of the hot, racist, homophobic politicians that you find. And if you want to see the slides for today's episode or any of our episodes, you can go to the YouTube video on our account, which is at youtube.com/@shouldntacome.
Yay! All right, thanks for joining us on this little trip through the Jacqui-verse. I've been Yanni.
I have been Kieran.
And this has been Brum.